Vanessa Davies spoke about the genetic version of the invading pharaonic race theory. This is where, these sandbores, these Negro assimilationists try to weaponize genetic studies to show that the prominent root of ancient Kemet did not come from the South, did not come from black people, what Shamar Kekeda calls infra-Saharan Africa, did not come from so-called tropical Africa, right? Even though, southern Egypt, or what the Bible calls Pathros, is technically in the tropical zone, so it would be part of tropical Africa. Taseti, the first Sepot, would be in tropical Africa, but they want to completely ignore this to push Anatolian farmers and West Eurasians and Afro-Asiaticoi. They always want to, push in the Asiatic and deny the African. Well, Vanessa Davies saw this as the genetic version of the invading pharaonic race theory. And this is important because when it comes to the plurality of genetic studies, if you look at the data themselves, the genetic studies actually show that the people of ancient Kemet primarily came from the South. Whether you want to look at the phylogenetic analysis in the EM3-5 subclades, the EM2 subclades that literally show, descendancy going from the south to the north. Whether you want to look at, mitochondrial DNA like LOA and LOK, and M1 that is also found in ancient Kemet. Whether you want to look at the massive plurality of genetic studies dealing with the Arabization period in the 7th century of the Common Era, right? Where you had a plurality and a preponderance of genetics from the Arabian Peninsula, into Northeast Africa. There was a mixing that occurred, all throughout, even upwards as far as into the colonial period. So the plurality of genetic studies shows that the ancient Kemites were primarily a dark-skinned African population rooted in the South, and that within more modern times there was mixing from Eurasia. But these adherents of the invading pharaonic race theory, these Petryites, as you could call them, weaponize these studies and always try to connect the ancient Kemites to Eurasians. Any, if not all of that, came from the later periods of mixing, and it's clear the studies definitely confirm this.